Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. So I'm here in Stockholm, just as the sun is setting. Weather's getting cooler, right? It's certainly autumn now. And I wanted to make a video today about the magic and the beauty of leverage and how it can really change how you view life, and it can just expand things so quickly that really it busts through so many limits you thought you had in terms of time, in terms of making money, in terms of what's possible generally in life. So what is leverage? Well, leverage is the ability to take a certain amount of an asset, a certain amount of something, and use that something to get disproportionate amounts of something else. That's what leverage is. So if you think of the classic example, lifting up a really, really heavy weight, right? If you just try and pick up a really, really heavy weight with your hands, obviously it's tricky, right? You only have so much strength in your arm to be able to do that. But if you have, say, a big piece of wood, right, and you have a lever, you can lift up way more weight by pushing down on the wood and making the weight come up on the other side of the lever. Right? Same with using like a pulley. So you're using leverage of the pulley to get disproportionate results. So how does this happen in life? Well, for example, you can leverage time really effectively when you have a business. Like, for example, I have a virtual assistant right now, right? Her job is mainly to find me products to sell on Amazon, right? That's what she does all day, and that's her job, and she loves the job because she can work from home, and she can listen to music and relax and just basically research products. It's a great job for her. What it means for me, though, is that rather than me sitting down at a computer having to search products 8 hours a day, every single day, for weeks on end, I can just check the database that she's updating every single day and see all the products that have been added, right? So it's an amazing experience for me because I've leveraged her time, right? By giving her money, she gives me her time, and therefore I've got this output which is way better than what I could do myself, right? Similar to using a pulley to pull up a heavy weight, right? Another example is advertising, right? So, if you're trying to sell something, one of the oldest ways of trying to do this is door-to-door sales, right? It's one of the most ineffective methods of selling ever, right? There's no leverage involved in door-to-door sales, right? I mean, how many doors do you have to knock on to sell a product? With advertising, though, if you can get a good ad and a good funnel and a good sales process, you can leverage the advertising platform to make multiple sales for exactly the same amount of effort. So right now I'm spending, to put this in perspective, on Google I'm spending about $1,000 a day on advertising. This is running in the background, when I'm asleep, when I'm here making videos, when I'm at Starbucks, right? It's always happening. And the offshoot of that is I make 2 to 4 times back in sales, right? By leveraging advertising to do the work for me. Another example is in the Amazon business, right? So I buy stock, and you'll leverage a product to take a certain amount of cash, right? Could be anything. You could start with a small test batch and spend maybe £500. You could buy a huge amount and spend maybe 10 or 20 grand, right? And buy products, sell them for a profit, and you leverage the product to grow your cash. These are all examples of leverage, and the craziest thing about it is that there's no limit to it. Right now I'm spending 10k or 20k on an import to grow the Amazon business. Right now I'm spending $1,000 a day on advertising to make, double or triple that in sales. There's no reason why I can't be spending 10 grand a day on advertising and making 20 or 30 grand a day in sales. There's no reason why I can't spend 100 grand on an import and multiply that by 4 with the revenue I get. But the sky is the limit when you have leverage. I have one virtual assistant right now doing product research. Why couldn't I have 10? I have other people working on other things in my business. Why couldn't I have a team of 25? The amazing thing about leverage, crazy sirens in the background, crazy thing about leverage, it literally is unlimited. And if you compare this to the constraints of working in a job, there is literally no comparison, because you can only work so many extra hours into overtime. Right? You can only get promoted so far, and it's somebody else's decision. Right? There is a huge limit on working within a job. But when you have leverage, when you have control over your own assets and your own cash and your own businesses, it just opens up a whole other world. And to be honest, there's no better place to get started and experience this than selling on Amazon, because most of the business is done for you. So I hope this just got you thinking about some of the possibilities you have to get more leverage in your life and really hit your goals. And this stuff is just so possible. I'm seeing so many other people do it. For example, Suja, it was Prime Day today, right? The second day of Prime Day. Suja did 265 sales for Prime Day. Right, so she's experiencing the power of leverage right now. Right, so many other people in my program are as well. I've just seen so many cases of this. So I just had to share this concept with you in today's video. So if this inspired you, let me know in the comments below. There's some stuff in the description to help you get started if you haven't got started already. And we'll speak very soon.